No mai, whakarongo mai, hoki mai to my next guest, the always and ever stunning Lou'ana. Welcome back.
Hi, kia ora talawhalawa.
Kia ora. Welcome back. We always anticipate when Lou'ana comes into studio that it's going to be just light, to be fair, light and razzle-dazzle and all of the great things. And it's obviously an exciting time for you because 2 weeks, what are we in? What is today? The 2nd. So a week and a half ago, you brought out Heartbeat, which is your last single of the year.
Yes,
Tell us about it.
Heartbeat is a disco song.
Yes.
And it's more inspired by the 70s disco. Chic and we as Nate, the producer, we really love that genre and that era, and so we took a lot of inspiration from that. But the lyrics in Heartbeat is all about dropping into the rhythm of music and it being really healing. And then it's also about empowerment, girl, you wear that crown, it's supposed to be fun and empowering and euphoric and blissful, and just a moment to just drop into the music. And there's just so much stuff going on in the world, so it's quite nice, I think, if you can and if you feel it, just to have that moment for yourself. Yeah,
I love that intention to just give the people an offering of something positive and
exactly
they can enjoy, and you use as hopefully a resource to heal, like you said, because music can be so healing.
Yes, exactly. And it's to heal myself and to empower myself as well, because of course I have my own moments of just feeling really challenged, low self-doubt and confidence, and so it's a way for me to have a tool to drop back into, and then also just offer it to anyone and everyone else.
Which is all part of the journey, right?
Exactly.
You make something for yourself and hope that you can spread that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. All mediums kind of lead back to this opportunity to get deeper within yourself and to know yourself more.
Yeah, and then leave it better than you found it in a way.
Yeah,
give off that information. And I feel it's such a running theme with you to sort of talk about stepping into your power and claiming that space and all that sort of stuff. I think that's most of what we talked about last time you were here.
Yes.
Which is cool because it's it maybe not be the forefront of all of the themes of your song, but it's always just in there underlining, adding a bit of that.
Yeah. It's a really important thing for me because that's what I'm trying to do for myself, and that's kind of why I do the work, and that's why I just create what I do, because I'm trying to liberate myself. And I feel I didn't really say that last time. It was more about you should step into your power, but it's more I'm trying to step into my power. Let's do it together and let's come together. And that's what music is. It's something that brings people together, and that's what this song is in particular. It has a very nostalgic 70s feel to it, which is very nostalgic for generations. So I'm hoping that it brings in. Well, I've seen it. It brings in more community, and that's what I just love and want to do as well.
I love it. And I mean, the idea of disco anyway, disco obviously came from congregation and parties and think making music that people move to that is specifically to entertain, but also like you said, bring people together and give them a common ground to enjoy. So now you're just adding to that resource. Hopefully people can play it at their soirees and whatnot and at their speakeasies or
just everywhere and anywhere it resonates. Definitely. The song, really has this euphoric feeling. I mean, it makes me feel quite emotional when I listen to it in a really lovely way. And so, I think it... And I guess I wrote it also with these two songwriters, Brenna Thomas and Chris Dent. And they also are great songwriters, but also just the kindest people who also want to just bring people together. And so it's really nice to have it a part of the roots of the song, that we all have that that belief.
And because you said that in a previous thing that Nathan Judd basically brought everyone together and you guys got matched up and you got paired with Chris and Brendan and then you guys came up with this. Was it easy to kind of collaborate with those guys and find a common ground on what direction you want to take with this song?
you know, it was 4 years ago, and I've been like racking my brain, being like, what happened? So I could tell more stories. All I know is we were in this bedroom. We all kind of got split off into these like random rooms, and it was. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was really natural because we just all enjoy chatting and hanging and writing, and so it just was a natural. I think we went around the circle and we're like adding in parts, and so it got into this like, this motion.
Cool.
And then Nate and I went off to craft it, and then just like really just craft it all together to what it is today, and then like add and it's very intuitively led, the whole thing.
Yeah, sounds like it, like most of your projects that you do as well, which is great.
That's
and as well, 4 years in the making, which is really cool. But something else that's also similar sense of time that's taken a little while, but Disco Witch, the up and coming album that should be here at the end of October, which we're in right now. So
yes, I know, it's crazy.
Which is exciting. Wow. So Heartbeat is part of that. I guess run us through. You've already released sort of like the side B, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then side A will come out as well. Heartbeat's part of side A.
Yes.
What are these two sides sort of reflecting?
Yeah, they reflect as above, so below, which is a Hermetic aphorism talking about what happens on the inside reflects on the outside. So you can kind of go into it and, reflect on what that means for you. It came up because I'm working with the archetype of the witch, Disco Witch, and it's all about, that inner work, diving into yourself. And I had this idea, I was like, a vinyl has an A side and a B side as above, and so below, and I was like, that was just amazing. What a download.
Connects and boom.
Yeah, exactly. It felt like one of those real light bulb moments. I was so excited. And so I've held that vision for so long. And as it's all evolved and the songs kind of came together and got finished, I was like, okay, it kind of makes sense to just release it in two parts. And then also, of course, release it with Mother Earth and her movements. And so the So Below side came out on the winter solstice, the darkest day of the year. And then Heartbeat was released on the spring equinox, which is when it's equal day to equal night, and it's just something that we as humans have been like celebrating forever and like making these humongous monoliths to like celebrate it. And so it just feels like a very important day. And also it's like spring. So I'm like, Heartbeat, spring. I'm all about symbology, all about meaning, all about it all coming together. I love that moment we're like, oh my gosh, it all like makes sense.
So I want to get all of these ideas and then they congregate into like a consistent idea and project.
Exactly. And then all the synchronicities and things like that. It's just, I find it so fun and beautiful. And then, the whole album, 31st of October, Halloween. And, we've finally put it into physical form. So physical form, this is it.
Oh, for those listening and not on the visual, this is like one of the most stunning records I've ever seen, and that's including like OGs. But obviously, like Lou'ana just said, there's a side A and a side B that kind of, I think, show like two very obviously beautiful sides of you, but they give that same ethereal, euphoric kind of visual that you consistently kind of produce that we spoke about last time as well. And then when you open it, it's like incredible. Run us through this spell that's in it, which is cool. The visuals, the graphics, there's like symbols, whatnot.
Yeah. Also, with the As Above, So Below, I really wanted it to have two covers and for you to be able to like flip it as well. So that was a part of the vision. And then musically, the B-side is more new disco, more use some modern sounds, a bit more of a poppy kind of vibe to some of the tunes. And so that was really nice challenge for Nate and I to really get into like songwriting-wise and production-wise. And he really delved into like the whole production of like Dua Lipa and like, all of that. And so it was a really cool way to challenge ourselves. And then the A side, As Above side, is 70s disco. So arrangement-wise, there's like so many more horns and strings and like the phrasing of the vocals is more like 70s disco reflection. So yeah, I just want to say that part.
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
Heartbeat is track 2, and then on the inside I wanted you to open it and feel like a spell book, because I love a spell book.
And it looks like incredible. We're talking like, dark purples, magentas,
Yes,
exactly.
exactly.
Stunning.
Thank you. Yeah, I worked with this amazing graphic designer called Lily Paris.
Okay.
And I spoke to her like 2 years ago, and it's just as things have developed, we've kind of just kept working at it. I wrote a spell so that you can like light your candle, do your breaths, anchor in, and then say your spell, and then just really drop into the music. Yeah, so that's the inside, and
So stunning.
I just can't wait. Oh, should we?
Yes.
Quartz.
Then the main character, Loki, is of course the record itself.
Yeah.
Which is like a translucentish magenta. I'm trying to explain it as much for those that are just listening.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Here we go.
But obviously having a record that's visually aesthetic as well, like that.
Isn't it beautiful?
This is stunning. This is exactly what you were just saying. It's like a combination of all your ideas sort of coming to fruition and
exactly
realized in a physical form, and all of its underlining tones and meaningful intentions and stuff. It's just so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a long time to hold a vision.
Yeah.
You know, because there's been plenty of times where I'm like, I don't know if it's for me. I don't know if I'm the one to bring this into the world or not. Like, are you sure? Disco witch, wherever you are. And so I kept getting the signs to just keep going, even when it got really, really challenging, you know. So I feel very blessed that I got to bring it into the world.
I think that's important for people to hear, because every journey has those inner monologues that come up every now and again.
Exactly.
And it's whether or not you feed into that narrative of, you know what, it's probably easier to drop off this part of the journey.
Yes.
Or you persevere and send it through and make it to fruition. Because like in Te Ao Māori, or Hana Tapiata talks about the idea of things starting in Te Ao Kore, which is sort of like the nothingness, but also endless possibilities. Because nothing is, you know, opportunity for everything.
Yes.
Te Ao Po, which is like the world of, I guess, darkness, and then into Te Ao Marama, which is like a completion, or into the fruition. Like that's your whakapapa of the journey. So this is like that. And then that Te Ao Po is always like, nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about those like, oh, I kind of feel like this is a bit hard and it's time for me to drop off, or maybe it's for somebody else.
Yes.
But they're making it all the way to that Te Ao Marama. Like, that's a beautiful
that's so beautiful.
thing.
I didn't know about that. That's so good.
Well,
Thank
it's
you.
not necessarily my whakaaro or my ideas, but it's from, Hana Tapiata, who's a very, very wise author and exports person, etc., etc. But just a cool way of looking
the message,
at it.
beautifully and perfectly.
It's
good to hear.
You got to make it through, and when you get to that, I guess, completion, that's where the integrity and all these other amazing fruits of the labour will come to, I think, which is here.
Yeah, exactly. It's just been a trusting journey. I can't overthink what could happen. You know, I've just tried to be really find my peace. That's kind of been a big lesson with this album, is just trying to find my own inner peace and not be attached to the outcome. And also working with the archetype of the witch. Like the witch is that means wise.
Yeah.
That word's been very villainized forever for, you know, very important reasons, not good reasons, but this is a part of a reclamation of that word, and working with that archetype. It's just, you're going to be challenged, you know, you're going to be going into the depths of yourself. And so, I mean, that's always a journey where we're always going to go in and out of that. But definitely talking about the challenges is good, because I think I do share a lot of the kind of curated parts of my art, and I don't usually get to talk more about like the challenges, but there's a lot of those. Naturally.
And then leaning into that archetype, like talking about, like, you're obviously very heavily surrounded, I guess, by that sort of the spells and all these things, and I guess I wanted to sort of ask you about your perspective on that things, or any kind of information that for those of us who aren't as clued in, or maybe just use different terminologies for the same things that you're talking about, really. Would want to know, I guess, that's specific to this project.
I guess it's finding the tools that help you ground. I think it's just finding those rituals or just whatever tools that really give you that peace or clarity, whatever that might be. It might just be your morning skincare routine. It might be cooking at the end of the day, and getting into that flow state where you're just kind of not thinking about anything else but what you're doing, whatever brings you into the present moment. It might be running, I don't know, it could be anything, but it's just finding those tools that really help you drop into the moment, because that's where you can get a lot of just a break from, everything that's going on, and also just get to embrace life and the beauty of life. And that's just such beautiful, essence that kind of keeps you going. Life force, it's life force, you know. And so I think that's what this is for me. And I know there are a lot of people out there who love disco, who love like shows like Charmed and like Sabrina and Wednesday and like those kind of like fantasy kind of shows that really just make you feel just all these like fun feelings. And so that's something that I really love. That lights me up. And so it's about finding something that lights you up.
I love it. I love using the terminology of, like reclaiming the word witch and spells and rituals and magic and all these things and interpreting that however like the audience may do so. Yeah,
exactly. Cool. Yeah. It's just coming back to yourself.
Where can we pre-order this bad boy? Because that
on lou'ana.co.nz.
Love it.
Yes, on my website. And then they'll get sent out to you around the release date. And you can have one of your own. But there's only a few left. So
Yeah. I can imagine. And people will not be disappointed by all of the little details that are in this, which is amazing. Then, of course, Disco Witch coming out on October 31st. You can now stream Heartbeat. And where can, as usual, we follow you on socials?
Yeah, just all the places, really. I think I've been mostly showing up on Instagram. I can only do so many things. So Instagram, and then also mailing list. Okay, I think I'm going to start really committing to this because I feel like it's a good place. If you choose to be there, I'll choose to show up and we'll just connect in a different way, and I'll send you the news. I know some people will be like, I don't like emails, and you get a billion emails, but there are some email lists that I really love. And so I'm just going to just zone into that, and I feel like it's a good place.
I love it. Little communities and opportunities to see what you're up to.
Exactly. The disco coven.
Yes, love it. Yes, another terminology that keeps coming up on your socials.
Yeah, cool.
I love that.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us as usual, guys. Don't forget to go stream Heartbeat, and of course, look out for Disco Witch coming out on October 31st. I'm so excited for it.
Yes.
Oh, back at you. Cheers.